I'm not a smart man.
Mama just bought another deal. Put my stop below support. Market hunted it and ripped. Mama, trading had just begun. But now I've gone and blown my gains away. Bull barrel, bull barrel, bull barrel, bull barrel. Magnifico! Mama just bought the breakout high. Drew my target on the chart. Watched it fail before my eyes. Mama, I thought I had it won. But now I've gone and blown my gains Mama just bought another deal. Thought I caught the bottom tick. Then it sank like a fucking ship. Mama, the pain has just begun. And now I've gone and blown my gains away. Bull barrel, oh, Mexico!
Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Matt Kohrs Show, where I'm Matt, your Kohrs, and together we're going to have a beautiful Friday, July the 31st. Folks, put your hands together. We survived almost another week, almost another month, and let's celebrate by doing a little bit of a Payday Friday giveaway. If I could direct your attention to the pinned chat, what my mod will put in chat. It's in the description of the video. It's on my Twitter page. But yes, we're doing another Payday Friday giveaway. We're giving away not one, not two, not three, but 10 different prop accounts, 5 for futures, 5 for options, and some cold hard cash. We're going to be doing that probably roughly around like market open, something like that. So just get ready. All you have to do is like retweet and follow. So do that now because we're going to be doing it really, really soon. On top of the Payday Friday celebration, we have some craziness in the overall market. The bulls are back in town to the point that we actually have an upside gap. Well, when market opens, we're going to have a downside gap fill on the SPY, the Qs. We have Apple earnings, not so good. We have Amazon earnings, very, very good. So talking a little bit about earnings, a little bit about the overall market. We have some recent updates related to Trump, Iran, Hamas, and everything in between. And then a little bit later on today, and I am really not downplaying this at all, the craziest Wall Street story ever played out this week. And I have a full breakdown that I'm very excited to share with you. If you guys have been on Twitter or really any form of financial media recently, you probably heard about Leopold Ashbrenner, Leopold Ashbrenner running situational awareness. He was the wonder kid of the market, making billions of dollars this year alone. And just like that, it was all taken away from them. So I want to be breaking down the whole story because it is one of the most diabolical, savage situations that we've heard of in a hot minute. So I'm going to be breaking that whole thing down. And we'll do that a little bit after the market opens and whatnot. But like truly the details of this story, what happened, what didn't happen, how it happened, it's an Icarus situation. It's a supernova situation. It's the story of a kid who came out of nowhere, crushed it. Everyone thought he was the master, the king of Wall Street. And then the old guard by the name of Ken Griffin showed him what's up, who's who's really the boss of the show. And I suppose the fact that you can teach an old dog a new trick, but it is a crazy, crazy story. So I'll be breaking that whole thing down, but that's going to be a little bit into the market session today. So Payday Friday, market breakdown, stock breakdown, crazy story breakdown, and the fifth little thing here is hopefully we're making some money today as well, doing some good trades. So hope everyone's ready. Hope everyone had a great week. Hope everyone had a great day yesterday. I hope everyone had a great month. Let's see if we could end things on a positive note. Very quickly before we get rocking, if you guys could do me a massive favor and destroy that like button. If you see your mouse near you, just smash it into bits until you hit that like button time and time again. If you are not supporting this channel by making 15 other YouTube accounts, logging in and liking it on that, doing the same thing on Rumble, you're not supporting the channel. 1 like per person is not enough. I'm expecting double-digit likes and engagement per person. So you guys got to step it up. I've been stepping it up. You guys got to step it up. So that's where we're at. You heard Matt abuse the like. All right, I'm saying that, but more. We need more. We need bot farms for likes. Goonie bot farms. That's, hey, maybe that'll be next quarter. You never, ever know. All right, so with all that in mind, let me, we're wearing the Lucky Piper shirt. So with all that being said, we're probably going to be pretty lucky today. But let's switch it over and let me start doing my job. SPY is nicely green. Let me hide this for a moment. The SPY. Nicely green. It gained 1.7% yesterday. It's up an additional 0.3% this morning. The Q's gained 3.3% yesterday. It is up an additional 1% this morning. So things over there are looking pretty freaking dandy. Apple had earnings, not so good. Dropped 1.4% yesterday. After earnings, dropped now an additional almost 8%. Amazon gained 3.9% yesterday, up an additional 11% this morning. So obviously earnings continue to be a mixed bag, but overall market is holding on pretty steady. Before we get into the nitty-gritty details of the overall market, individual equities, and what to expect for the day, let's take a step back. U.S. says Hamas has agreed to broad plan to disarm. Another weekend and probably another reason to sell volatility. This has been the major play over the past couple months as everyone gets all amped up going into the weekend, something happens, and then by the time the market actually opens on Sunday and Monday, everything calms down again. So another classic sell the vol into the weekend seems to be playing out. This particular time, hopefully it's good news. Fingers crossed. Is it real? Is it not real? Will they agree? Will they not agree? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm by no means a political strategist, military strategist expert, but Trump is talking about it. This came out this morning. Today, the Board of Peace reached a historic agreement for complete disarmament of Hamas and all other armed groups in Gaza. This is a monumental step towards lasting peace and security. Will it be? Won't it be? I don't know. Never happened before. I'm hopeful for it. I want it to be a thing. But also, has there ever been peace in the Middle East in the entire history of the Middle East? I don't know if it's randomly going to change in July or August of 2026. But hey, a guy can be hopeful. Trump says Hamas will disarm through questions linger about the deal. So as it's lingering, we're waiting. This was kind of the hot report this morning. Trump says Hamas to disarm. Questions linger about the deal. Here you go. You could hear it. The official breaking of the news.
US-led Board of Peace has reached a deal to disarm Hamas and other armed groups in Gaza and establish a new Palestinian government. So to discuss this story, let's bring in Stuart Livingstone Wallace, Bloomberg's executive editor for the Middle East, North Africa, and Russia. So what exactly do we know about this deal, and dare I ask, how possible is it to actually achieve this?
Yeah, so I mean, we don't
probably
know
not
that much.
Just going on the thousands of years of history.
The information is coming out in patches. So broadly speaking, what the idea is that you will get some sort of semi-simultaneous withdrawal of Israeli troops from Gaza and a disarmament of Hamas, and then a new Palestinian government comes in. That's the idea. I think in practice, those of us that have been looking at this story for some time are going to be cautious. Clearly, is to be welcome that there appears to be any progress whatsoever, but you've got a couple of problems. One is the time frame is, I think, 200 to 350 days for implementation. That's a pretty wide margin for things to go wrong. Secondly, some of the comments coming out of Hamas overnight seem to suggest that they're anticipating withdrawal before they disarm, which may be problematic.
Smell like beef
and
and cheese.
We've yet to hear from Israel. So once all of that comes out, then I think we'll have a better assessment of the chances of success.
So I think everyone's kind of in the same boat here, trying to be reasonable about it. Obviously, in the short term, the market, and when I say the market, I mean the bots running the market, a little bit of positive reasoning because maybe they're not really understanding the full context of the area and what's been recently happening. But regardless, vol is coming down a little bit. Not only can we see it in the equities market, but probably the best bellwether, the best barometer for it is oil. Oil's kind of chilling. So we did get hit, huge pop. Ever since then, a little bit of calming down, a little bit, and you never know what's going to actually develop over the weekend. But just kind of wanted to take that step back and give you guys the larger view of the situation. Trump faces escalation conundrum as Iran war flares once again. Remember, that was Hamas, specifically in Gaza, probably a little bit in Lebanon as well. Other issue is Iran, and that's why oil is not coming down as much as you probably think it should be. Iran targets strategic U.S. assets in Kuwait, Bahrain after Egypt drone attack. So as maybe one situation is calming down, another one is simmering. So maybe starting to boil. This is probably one of those things where over the weekend it gets bad. Then once again, this is just the pattern we've been seeing recently is by Monday morning, everything's hunky-dory again. So it seems as if the powers to be are more than willing to let chaos ensue when the market isn't open, but then everyone's on a very short timeline, just the weekend to sling the missiles around because by the time the market opens on Monday, everyone seemingly calms down. Will that play out again? Probably. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just commenting, pontificating upon the recent patterns we've been seeing. For today specifically, we do have some PMI numbers coming out. But remember, the big stories this week were Wednesday and Thursday. Yesterday, GDP lower than expected, inflation lower than expected. So good news, bad news. On Wednesday, the Fed interest rate did remain at 3.5%. It remained unchanged. But now the odds of a rate hike in the September meeting, there's no meeting in August, in the September meeting, now it's more likely than not that we will get a 25 bips rate hike. So a lot will happen between now and then, namely the Jackson Hole Symposium in the month of August. So another thing to pay attention to. Remember, we are in earnings season, and it's been a crazy week. Very much by definition, a mixed bag. We have some big winners, we have some big losers, and then that brings me to the recent winners and losers, Apple and Amazon. Apple drops 7%, Amazon surges 12% as investors pick AI winners after earnings. So this is one of those things that's probably frustrating to a lot of you in chat. Apple technically beat. It beat on top and bottom line, but then there were some questions about kind of some supply issues coming up. And then on the flip side, Amazon just straight up crushed it. Beat on top and bottom line, and the stock is up. Circling back, Apple slides after supply shortages hurt sales forecast. So it's more of the forward-looking problems for Apple, not necessarily what happened in the past quarter. And remember, when it comes to the world of the market, this is a forward-looking mechanism. Stocks don't go up because of what historically happened. They go up in anticipation of what's about to happen. So even though Apple did beat, it was a double beat, it did go down because of the anticipated hit to sales forecast, while Amazon's was the exact opposite. It beat, and then on top of that, people are like, we love this. Amazon hikes 2026 capex to $220 billion due to higher memory costs, which is another interesting thing. When Google said they're increasing their capex, market didn't really like it. When Meta said they're increasing their capex, market didn't really like it. When Microsoft said it, market liked it. When Amazon said it, market liked it. So we're in this situation where you can find certain patterns, and then when you realize that you try to apply it to other ones, it's almost as if there is no real pattern. Well, that makes it fun. But just wanted to give you the breakdown. As of today, just for today's performance, clearly Amazon is king, while Apple, I guess, is a little bit more of the jester. Do I think that the trend to the downside for Apple will continue? No, it's too strong right now. I do think the momentum will resume. I truly do believe that. Tesla way sale of China business to pave way for potential SpaceX merger. Just other important news coming out. The U.S. automaker could sell or spin off the business in its second largest market over geopolitical concerns. To clarify, the Wall Street Journal did report this, but just to do my due diligence, I want you guys to know that Elon already said that this is fake news, false news. So we have a journal reporting it, the Wall Street Journal, but then Elon himself saying, nah. So just wanted to keep you, I guess, in the loop there that this news is in contention. Anthropic AI models hacked 3 companies during tests. Raggy. The breaches, which follow a similar incident involving rival OpenAI and startup Hugging Face, were due to a mistake, according to Anthropic. Yeah, apparently the mistake is that the AI has gone off the guardrails and it's starting to hack more and more companies. So yeah, I agree. It is a little bit of a mistake. Anthropic says Claude models gain unauthorized access to other organizations' systems. I hate when that accidentally happens. What a bummer, right? Anthropic said it discovered 3 instances where its Claude AI models access the internet during an evaluation and gain unauthorized access to real systems of 3 different organizations. Bummer, dude. Bummer. The company said it found these instances after carrying out a large-scale retrospective review of its cybersecurity evaluations. Anthropic said the review was prompted by a separate but similar security incident that OpenAI disclosed last week. Well, it does warm the cockles of my heart to know that it's not just one AI system going off the rail. It's all of them going off the rail and apparently hacking various systems. So stay tuned on that one. Best way for you to stay tuned, I love that segue, is sign up for the newsletter. It's 100% free. I know many of you watching this right now are already on the newsletter, but for those of you who are not, it is free. It's always been free, always will be free. There's no upsell or anything like that. Comes your email inbox every single Sunday. I break down what's going on in the market, cheat sheet for earnings, just so you have a resource to reference. Obviously, a little cheat sheet for the major macroeconomic events. And then for my day traders, short-term traders, I also give you the seasonality of each day. And to conclude the week and the month, this is kind of a neutral day. There's been periods where this is bullish. There's been periods where this is bearish. So it just effectively nets out to being neutral, which doesn't mean that today itself is going to be choppy. It just means that you probably can't really rely on seasonal information too much on this particular day. So just wanted to share that with all of you. Speaking of the overall market, let me reconnect. Seemingly, we are saving ourselves at this 50 EMA again. 1 test, 2 tests, 3 tests. This one got a little bit questionable, and I think it got a little bit more questionable because of some of the craziness playing out between situational awareness, LP, which was a hedge fund, probably still is legally, but it's kind of dead in our hearts now, and Citadel. I think a little bit of this craziness, especially going into Wednesday, I think this was a little bit manufactured by some big players, and we're actually about to go Rip City again. So I'll be breaking that story down a little bit into the market open today, but I don't want to miss market open with you. We have about 7-8 minutes, so let's get prepped up. So right now, actually, let me go back to the 15-minute here. 15-minute here. You can see if we were to open right now, we're going to be above the high from yesterday, which means we're going to have on the SPY both an up and a downside gap fill. Pretty much the same thing on the Qs. So right now, SPX has an upside gap fill to 7485. I highly recommend you marking that out on your chart. And we're going to have a downside gap fill to 7448. So we're going to be opening awkwardly within this range. There's actually a real shot we fill both of these today. So I just want to call out kind of a strange opening. We have an upside gap fill to the low from Wednesday, July the 22nd, and we're going to have a downside gap fill to the high from yesterday, Thursday, July the 30th. So once again, mark these out on your chart on SPX. It is 7485 and it is 7448. If you're looking at SPY, if you prefer to trade the ETF instead, those equivalent levels are in the realm 746 and then 742. And as you can see, we're kind of scheduled, if we were to open right now, awkwardly in between those two. So worthwhile to put on your charts. Looking at the NASDAQ or the QQQ ETF for the NASDAQ, once again, double gap fill situation. We have an upside gap fill to 703.62. That is same thing, Wednesday, July the 22nd. And if we were to open right now, we're clearly going to have a downside gap fill to 685, which is actually about $6 below. And then we have $10-ish plus, $12-ish plus upside gap fill. So what about the Russell? I didn't check in on this. Okay, baby downside gap fill on the Russell. So actually, we're going to be gapping up on SPY, QQQ, and IWM. The S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, and the Russell 2000. If we all open today, we would be getting those down, or there would be gaps in the chart. Crazy. Probably going to be an interesting opening. Let me reconnect on all of this. All right, folks. Pretty much at market open, we're going to be doing this Payday Friday giveaway. So you have, 6 minutes to figure this out. I want to run this really early today because I think not only do we have really cool stories to cover, but I also think we should be paying attention to the market because I think there's going to be really good trading opportunities. So I want to do the giveaway. I just want to do it kind of relatively early in the show just to get it taken care of. So first of all, we're giving away not only cash, but 10 different prop accounts. Shout out to TPT. They are one of the partners of today's show, 40% off, no activation fee. And this is going to be the last day. And they're not partnered up, but same thing with Tradeify. I know you guys like Tradeify a lot too. Right now, Tradeify, TPT, both running really good deals ending today. Don't forget to use that code Goonie. So we're giving away 5 of the TPT accounts, and we're also giving away 5 different Vanquish accounts. This is sim to funded options trading, while TPT is sim to funded futures trading. Code Goonie is going to work on both. Shout out to both TPT and Vanquish. They are the partner of today's show. So we're going to be giving away. All you have to do is like, retweet, and follow. It's pinned to the top of chat. It's in the description of the video. You could just go to my Twitter page at Matt_Kohrs. It's literally pinned to the top of my account. There's these alert emojis. It's pinned. You can't miss it. All you have to do is like, retweet, and follow. Like, retweet, and follow. Do those 3 things and you will be in the giveaway. We are running the giveaway both between Twitter and on Discord. If you are entering on Discord, you're allowed to enter on Twitter. If you're entering on Twitter, you're allowed to enter on Discord. You are allowed to double dip. So for anyone on both of those platforms, yeah, you're just doubling your chance because why not? We're just having a little bit of fun. So anyway, we're giving away some cash. We're giving away 5 prop accounts for futures, 5 prop accounts for options, and best of luck to all of you. And by the way, if you want to get in the Discord, GoonieTrading.com. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just come to that contact page. So for the market setup today, 1 minute pushing bullish, 5 minute is testing as we speak, 10 minutes about to be testing, 30 minute appears to have saved itself. 1 minute is bullish on the NASDAQ, 5 minute is pushing, 10 minute is trying to break out, 30 minute is very bullish. So the 1 minute, 30 minute short-term, medium-term bullish, short-term, medium-term bullish. The 5 and the 10 are kind of questionable, and we have to probably wait to see how the market actually opens. These are my key levels on the day. Like I said, if we were to open right now, we would be opening in the realm of 7466. So kind of where my cursor is here. The downside gap fill is to 7448. My first bullish target is 7475, followed by 7,500. And then my reach target on the day is somewhere between 7525 and 7535. That's my bull case. The bear case would be the downside gap fill doesn't hold. We do the green to red test. Yesterday's closing value, 7437. From there, we don't hold 25. And then my reach target would be 400, back to a level that we've pretty much been at all week. So that's my bull case, my bear case. Right now, based on the news, based on momentum, I do favor the bull case, but that doesn't mean I'm married to it. If I find good reason to take advantage of the bear case today, I definitely will. But I just wanted to let you know my personal buy is at market open, given the monetary policy update, the recent macroeconomic developments, the craziness of Ken Griffin and Leopold, Ashbrenner, given just all the news together. I do favor the bulls. In the short term, there is the downside gap fill, so maybe that's going to get cleaned up, but there's also the upside gap fill. But if I really put everything together, summarize it, I do believe that the bulls have the upper hand today. But once again, just because I'm saying that, maybe something happens. There's always new information. There's always new data. So obviously, I reserve the right to maybe update that. Just so you guys know, I am trading not only my options account, but we are trading on 15 different funded accounts. And then we also have one eval. These funded accounts do have just over $2,000 worth. So finally I am above the buffer amount. So hopefully I could get like a good trade or two today in, and then I could take a payout request from MFF, which would be nice. And then if everything continues on a positive trajectory, I'll be able to take full payouts from Lucid and Tradeify last week. Those are some big ifs. Like I said, I need to do something smart. But like I said, if I can keep my shit together, if I can stay as disciplined as I was yesterday, with a little bit of luck, I might be able to get payouts from MFF today and then max payouts from Lucid and Tradeify next week. So we are rocking with that. And on that note, we have about a minute to go. So in the final 60 seconds, you guys don't have much time. Remember, all you have to do is like, retweet, and follow to be in the giveaway. We're going to be doing this very, very soon. Looks like 122 of you already figured it out. So let's pump that up to at least 150. My question for all of you is, are you feeling bullish or bearish today? If you had to guess between 9:30 and 4 p.m., whatever value we open up at, do you think we're going to close above it or close below it? Are you bullish or bearish? 9:30 open to 4 p.m. close. Do you think we'll be closing above the open or below the open? Which one? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Tell me. Bullish, bullish. Did you ever get paid out? No, not yet. Bearish. Okay, first two were bullish. Next three were bearish, neutral, bullish. You guys are about 50-50 on this one. You guys are about 50-50. I'm a little confused as to why. Bull, bearish, bully, green, bull. All right. Well, on that note,
Dingity ding ding ding, the world's largest casino is now open. Best of luck to all, play responsibly, and if not, have fun.
all right, Tontos and Tontoettes, we are ripping it. Beautiful Friday, July the 31st, the end of a week, the end of a month, and it is Payday Friday. The market is finally showing a little bit of life. I happen to be crushing one of my swing positions. I have this on two different accounts, but I have 3 SPX calls for late August. I'm trying to lock in one of these at 100 flat because this is it's a little too much size because I'm also swinging pretty equivalent positions. My main portfolio over here, you can see that I have SPY and Q. So I have a lot of duplicate ones, which is why I'm trying to dump a little bit, trying to clean her up a little bit, trying to lock in a couple thousand out of the gate would be really, really nice if this can get going. Like I said, trying to drop one of the 3 there. And I think, did I mess this up? Oh, no, the Q's already hit. Okay, so I already had a pending order on the Q's. Actually, I need to go, hang on. Let me update the Discord because the Discord, where is it? History, QQQ. Okay, just so you guys know, well, if you're in the Discord, you probably care about this, but I did lock in how many? 4 of my 12? 4 of my 12 at 1250 each. Yes. I have 8 left. Okay, so I did slightly scale out of the Q position, just locking in some of the gains, and I'm trying to slightly scale out of the SPY position. Sold 4 of 12 QQQ calls at 1250 each. I figured, like, do we have to be that crazy with it? Do I really need to be carrying like that much risk? So just trying to de-risk a little bit. We're getting close to being able to lock in one of the SPXs. I did lock in 1/3 of the position on the Qs. So just trying to, as things are trending my way, yes, obviously I'm looking at some of these like upside gap fills and whatnot. We just took out the pre-market high, but I'm looking at 485. We're going for this upside gap fill. Remember, there's 2 gaps. There's an upside gap fill. There's a downside gap fill. So kind of paying attention to that. I'm thinking on this push to 85, I should be able to lock in this one at 100 flat. Just once again, not only is it securing gains, like actual profit, but then just the overall position is less risky because we already locked in some. So getting fortunate with, obviously I swung this overnight, and those are the types of things that, yes, obviously I'm posting in the Discord for anyone who is curious. I don't post them with the purpose of people copying. I think if you just generically follow people's signals, you're asking for a lot of trouble. I did that, and what was my reasoning? So I posted that at 1 p.m. yesterday. Leopold sold, Ken bought. I'm happy to ride with Citadel. Actually, you can see my reasoning all right there. Where was it? Right here. Leopold sold, Ken bought. I'm happy to ride with Citadel, and that was a position. So already locking in some of it, just to kind of show you a little bit how things run. Did this one lock in? 99. We're almost there. Almost $1. We needed one more $1, and then I could have locked in another portion. I don't really. The reason why I'm trying to sell now is not because I think this is the end of the run. It's just proper risk management. The position, I got a little bit too jacked up yesterday. I was getting a little too cocky, a little too egotistical. So relative to what's going on in my account, the proper move is to size down a little bit. So that's exactly what I plan on doing. Seeing if I can lock in the gains and then get to a point where I'm happy swinging it over the weekend. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at on the option stuff. On the future stuff, I have not made any trades yet today. As you can see, I have my, 15 funded accounts, 1 eval. Oh, just got the fill. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so cool. We went from 3 down to 2, locked it in about 35-ish percent, 34%. So locking in about 2.5K on that one. So lowering the overall risk, securing some of the tendies. Honestly, on these two, I could probably set it to break even just to make sure I don't get completely screwed. 74. You know what? I'll be happy to sell one of these at 120. Good to cancel. One at 120. Place order. Okay, cool. Did that. And then I had 3, sold one at 100. If I could sell the other one at 120, and then I'll just ride one because I have a ton of time. I have all the way till August. So happy to ride it. But if I can lock in some gains and set the other one to break even, it becomes a classic Matt Kohrs fishing trade where there's just no risk to me. Just increased my portfolio by 37% and out on the Q calls. Well, sounds like you're betting huge relative to your account. So maybe not the best tactic, but I can't argue with the results. That's a massive jump. Congrats. All right, out of the gate, excuse me for that. 1 minute pumping bullish, 5 minute pumping bullish, 30 minutes staying bullish, 10 minute converting to bullish, 1 minute pumping bullish, 5 minute pumping, 10 minute converting bearish to bullish, 30 minutes staying bullish that entire time. Obviously, we did get the upside gap fill. We just tagged it. So there's now just a downside gap fill in play. And if this gets going, I guess my next target is, well, hang on. Let's look at this. 500 flat, and then my reach target on the day is somewhere between 25 and 35. Here's a look at the gamma map. Not as much negative gamma as we're used to. There is a slight amount of negative gamma all the way up to just past 7,500, and then there's a little bit of a positive gamma wall at 25 and 35. Which is exactly why I said this is my reach target on the day. If you were playing it on a 0 DT basis, I need to remind you, I am not your mom. I'm not in control of your money. You should do what you think is best. But in the short term, if you're somehow riding this up, I would be more than happy to lock everything in on this zone, once again, on a 0 DT basis, because this is representing some serious resistance. That's a lot of positive gamma. So just wanted to call those levels out to you. Once again, 7525, 7535. Especially on a Friday, if you're up that much money and you rode this all the way up, why risk ruining your weekend? And if there's a rejection or if it stalls out and you get eaten alive by theta, it's just, if we get a pop up to there, personally, I'd be more than happy to take that money. Let's take a quick look at flow and see how things are going. Let's do a quick reload. Okay, SPY flat, Q's a little flat, Apple got hit, it's chilling at 302, and then Amazon continuing its trip higher. So out of the gate, we got that pop and SPY, giving a little bit of it back. Mag 7, a little bit of a pop, going flat, and then looking at the Nasdaq pop down, whatever. It's only 7 minutes into the day, so I think we need a bit more data. All right, let's do the Payday Friday giveaway. You guys have a couple minutes to get this figured out. All you have to do is like, retweet, and follow. It's pinned to the top of chat. It's in the description of the video. We are going to be running the Payday Friday giveaway now, so we then can pay attention to the market. All you have to do is like, retweet, and follow. Shout out to TPT. Code Goonie will get you 40% off, no activation fee. Shout out to Vanquish. Code Goonie will get you 35% off, no activation fee. These deals, this is it. Just so you know, these deals are ending today. Same with Tradeify. So if you are more of Tradeify traders, don't forget to use that code Goonie over there. But like I said, we're going to get running this now. So let me get going over here. General slash giveaway duration 3 mins, winners 7 racer. Okay, that is good. Everyone, good luck. Okay, if you're in the Discord, that's going. You have 3 minutes to get that figured out. And while that is running, let's do the classic Twitter picker. Twitter picker. All right. How many of you properly followed the rules? All you had to do is like, retweet, and follow. 150 of you. Congrats. That's awesome. All right. Let's get rocking with this. I haven't done it yet. I'm trying to give you guys some time. I'm trying to stall it out so you guys have more time. Let's see. What game are we going to play today? All right, we could do cats racing. That was a good one. The F1 is a good one. But we could do a new racetrack. We could do Saudi Arabia. We could do Japan, China, Australia. Which one do we want to race in today? We could do the Vegas circuit, the MK circuit. MK, that's hilarious. I love that. We could do a Qatar, Las Vegas. Which one do we want to do? Which one do you guys want to race on today? I'll let you guys pick. Pick a circuit. Someone pick. I'm waiting. Put it in chat. Monaco. We did Monaco last time. Qatar. All right. The first one I saw, someone said Qatar. Where was Qatar? Qatar. I did see it. I know it's here. Qatar. Where the hell is Qatar? I saw it. Am I going blind? Oh, here it is. Okay, Qatar. We're gonna do the cats. All right, cool. So do I properly have this link? Let's pick our first 3 people. All you had to do was like, retweet 3. Yes. Matt _Kohrs. No. We're gonna open this up to everyone. We're gonna open it up to everyone. All right, cool. 3 of our 10 racers are about to be selected. Let's see. We're going. 166. You guys figured it out? Kinda, sorta. Sean, Gabe, and Deskies. Sorry, I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, but hey, congrats all 3 of you. You are in. All right, so we have Sean and Gabe. All right, those are 3 of our competitors. Cool. Let me save this over there for now. And then our others are right about. All right. We have our other 7: Muskie, Andrew, Ricky D, Sean, B-Ball, Dom, Maddie. So Sean got double picked. So we need someone else to also compete because we have 10 spots. Muskie, Andrew, Ricky D, B-Ball. We have Dom. And we have Maddie F me. Maddie F me. All right. What's the most fair way to do this? What's the most fair? Let me think. What's the most fair? What do you guys think is the most fair way to select one extra person here? What do you think is the most fair way to do it? Most fair. Do we have any funny comments? All right. Toes gets a spot. That's so fucked up. What is wrong with people, dude? All right. Well, Toes is in. Toes, you got a spot, brother. You got a spot. All right. There's our 10 racers. We're doing Qatar. We're going to do 4 laps and we're going to get rocking with it. All right. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. Winner takes all. Winner takes all. Muskie early lead. Like I said, this is a 4-lap race on the Qatar track. So let's see who positions themselves. Let's see. Maddie F me. Andrew. Gabe. All right. All right. Here's the full lap. Lots of good turns. This lap obviously is going to be favoring people who are more combative in the turns rather than the speed on the straightaways there. This is 4 laps. We just started lap 2. Positioning is important and survival is important. Survival is very important, folks. I mean, not everyone's going to survive this. Dom's already out. D Skis is already out. Andrew's in the lead, followed by B-Ball. Toes. B-Ball. All right. We are halfway through the race and Gabe is in the lead. The question is he putting too much? Ooh, quickly lost it. Leading for a second there. But gave the lead back to Andrew. Ricky D. Toes fighting. Muskie coming out of nowhere. Everyone's catching the speed ups. Here we go. All right, folks, put your best guess in chat. We are on the final lap. Who do you think's going to win? Muskie leading in to the start of the final lap. Can he hold the lead? He's really putting on the afterburners here. Muskie, can you hold the lead? Andrew taking over. Muskie fighting back. We only have a couple more turns. 3 more turns. Toes. Toes. Toes, the winner. Toes is the winner of Andrew B-Ball right there. But Toes, the surprise dark horse candidate for the race. I cannot believe it. Oh, brother. Toes. Hey, I think he deserved it. I think we can all say that he deserved the particular win there. So congrats to all of you. If you were in the race, you won at least a prop account. And then obviously Toes there. Tasty Toes 64 winning the extra prize money as well. Obviously, shout out to TPT. Shout out to Vanquish for being a partner with that. And I guess as that happened, the market took some form of a hit. Ooh, NASDAQ taking a hit in the Delta, Mag 7 popping, taking a hit, S&P 500 popping, taking a hit. Are we just setting up for the classic 10 a.m. reversal? Is that what this is going to be? Did we go for the upside gap fill? We're quickly going for the downside gap fill. I think that might be the play. Upside, downside gap fill. We're cleaning up the chart, folks. Just so you know, the downside gap fill is specifically 7448. And it looks like that is very rapidly what we are going for. So getting one gap, apparently going for the second gap. Just so you know, the Qs also have a downside gap fill. Theirs is a bit farther away at 685. 685, it is this green horizontal line. So the SPY is almost at its gap fill. I think that's what this is. I think it's just a gap fill. The market is crashing. No, it is not. That is so insanely hyperbolic to say, dude, we're green. How can the market be crashing if we're green on the day? We are above where we closed yesterday, and people in chat are saying that it's crashing. I think you mean after going up, it's trending down in a reasonable manner. But the fact that you're saying we're above the high, not only are we above the close from yesterday, we're above the high from yesterday, and you're saying that it's crashing. A little dramatic. Little dramatic, if you ask me. Arabic, ignore them. All right. You guys are really just letting it fly today. You're letting it fly, and within 2% of all-time highs. Yeah. Pretty dramatic to say crashing. But hey, if you think it's crashing, go for it. Go if that's your opinion on the situation. Good luck. Didn't axe him. No, I'm not gonna axe him. It's just, I guess, crazy. Played both gap fills. If you double dipped on those gap fills, congrats to you. It's a degen play to have, I guess, the vibe of which one's going first. But if you did it, that's nice. Reasonable is a stretch. 300 points in 2 minutes is a lot, but not a crash. It's literally nowhere close to a crash. And 300 in 2 minutes, that's just how the market's been moving lately, folks. A pre 10 a.m. cracking, it does. It's one of those rare pre 10 a.m. crackers. We are at an interesting point, though. We're right at the 30-minute 50 EMA. Basically, can we hold this? Yes or no? Are we almost at the overnight low? We are. I wonder if people are going to step in at 300. Do I have the balls to step in at 300? Do I have the balls to leave this order? Do I want it? It is the overnight low. It's a key level. We might see a 10 a.m. reversal. Do I like this play? It's exactly 300. But, so it's the overnight low. And what's interesting, it is the 30-minute. We're still above it by like 60 points. Do I like this? Do I like this play? Or is it too degenerate? I did lower it right to one contract. Okay, it is one. I freaked out for a second. I thought I might have accidentally gone in on two, which I do not want to do. I'm not even sure if I want this play in a general sense. No less two contracts. Do I like it? We double tag 320. Let me put up book map. There's people at 305, actually 300 flat. I see a heat map there. I see some people at 340, 400. Oh, bond market looking rough. 30-year at 5.26. Yeah. Grab the knife. What's the worst that happened? It could happen. Well, the worst that could happen is I blow out all of my funded accounts now that I finally have buffer, which the blowout would be all the way down at 200. So really, what do I think is the likelihood that if it does, the question is, if it tags 300, what's the likelihood that it vomits all the way to 200 and I don't even have a shot to do a break-even trade? That's the real question. What's concerning me a little bit is the Qs still have a downside gap fill. So we got the downside and the upside gap fill on SPY. There is still a downside gap fill on the Qs. But it's not that far away. It's not that far away. Do I do like a little cheeky like 95? Like maybe do I think there's going to be like an overshoot? I don't know. I'm actually really thinking about just killing this order and not even playing it. But maybe we do get that beautiful 10 a.m. reversal. That's also a possibility. That's been playing out seemingly super, super well. I mean, we're right at the 30-minute. I am expecting, but that's at 350. The overnight low is 300. If I bought at 350, I would have been sweating for a second there. It did come down to 320, but look at that, bounce up to 400. I'd be up $1,000, and I could have already called it a day. Oh, do I want this? I need to make a decision soon if I'm going to leave this order or not. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Is this a smart knife to catch? MSTR is having a rough day. Yeah, it's been having a rough year, dude. Its MicroStrategy has been destroyed. Once again, comes back to leverage. Do I like this? All in. Definitely not going all in. Okay, you can see above my head where we have some buyers, some sellers, 300. I'm wondering if maybe it's a little crack. Okay, I just need to be realistic about this. I need to be realistic about this. Am I going to leave this? Do I really have the balls to do this today? Do I have the balls to do this today? We got as low as 306. Do I have the balls to do this? ATR, add, apply, okay. Almost got to fill. Almost got to fill. Almost got to fill. Away by 2 ticks. It was 2 ticks. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 2 ticks away. It hit 95.5 and just popped up. I would have been up 45 points already. I could have been done today. I could have been done today. Are you kidding me? Oh, brother. Well, if it cracks, what is this, Phil? 60. Are you fucking kidding me? No. 2 ticks. Insane. That might have been the pop. I don't even know if I could reasonably leave that order anymore because that was the move. 2 ticks, man. Oh, that's a brutal one. That's a brutal one. Yeah, and it doesn't make the most sense that this was the move. I can't, if on the retest of it, it could probably weaken. So I don't necessarily just want to leave the order there because the situation is different. Oh, wow. Wow. All right. Sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles, folks. Sometimes you are the cookie and you get crumbled. That's life. Can't cry about it. But I probably will be crying about this one. That one I think is shower cry worthy for sure. I think that one's shower cry worthy. Just a feeling though. Just a feeling. What's this high? I could still be in this. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I got in at 300 done for the day. Congrats, dude. I'm legitimately jealous. I cannot believe that. Whatever. At least it was a good read. You know, silver lining is I at least had a good read. Sometimes you're Leopold and sometimes you're Citadel. It is seemingly how it feels. Sometimes you are. I would have been in at 3. I'd be up 100 points. I'd be up 2K on that. Caught it at 309 and done. I'm done too. 1K across all the legacy. You guys are crushing me. Congrats. No, seriously. That's you guys made a good play. You used statistics on your side. You considered the 10 a.m. reversal. More importantly, you just use the odds that we talk about all the time of the overnight low. And ideally, you did it with minimal risk. And I hope as soon as it went a little in your favor, you took all risk off the table by going stop to break even. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Now the question is, are we going to get above 400? If it makes you feel better, I left 200 points on the table yesterday. That's brutal. I did it with 5 MNQ. You guys all deserve it. You do. That was a great play. It was a great play. It was a great play. Ugh, 2 ticks. I was off by $10 on that, Phil. Well, can't cry over spilled milk. I guess I would rather miss that play that worked rather than get into it. Imagine if it got it and then just dumped 100 points and I lost all my accounts. I'd be a lot more pissed off. It's all right to miss a trade. It's okay to miss it. What you don't want to do is be forcing a trade and then somehow get yourself into a sticky situation where you're like, oh, crap, I took a trade I definitely shouldn't have taken, and now I lost everything. So there's going to be many opportunities per trading day, and you can't sit there and dwell on one that you missed and like, oh, the woe is me, like type of shit. You can't. You can't do it like that. You'll drive yourself fucking nuts. You'll drive yourself nuts. What time is it? 59. Okay, I have to wait. I was about to go long, but I need to wait. I need to wait to see how this 10 a.m. stuff plays out. Apple doing some crazy stuff. I need to wait to see. Like I said, I was about to take that trade, so we can generically see how it would have done. Let's say I'm long at 73, risking 40 on a push of 95, 400. I'd go break even. But the reason I didn't take that trade is obviously because it's about to be 10 a.m. and I don't know what the 10 a.m. Burst of volatility in trading will have in store. And if I need to wait, I will wait. So at first I would have felt good. Now I'd be feeling pretty shitty. Yeah, it's just, and now I would be break even. Now I'd be feeling a little good. Now I'd be rude. I'd be like, go, 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 go. And now I'd be like, what's happening? No, no. And then I would have been knocked out and lost money. So patience paid. Patience paid on that one because I would have been knocked out and every account would be down like $600 right now. And I'd be angry and now it'd be bouncing. So I would have just gotten knocked out down about $600, maybe even more, maybe 800. And now it'd be bouncing back in my favor. And I'd be uniquely pissed off that it knocked me out and the next bar comes right back. So I think avoiding that 10 a.m. little craziness was a good call. Was a good call. If you guys could do me a massive, massive, massive favor, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. There's a little bell icon on both Rumble and YouTube. Hit that, turn it on so you guys don't miss any of this stuff. As you can tell, recently we've been, the team and I have been working tirelessly to get back to quote unquote normal. The normal streams, the normal videos, the normal shorts, the normal tweets. So are we there yet? No, we are not. But obviously, we are doing everything in our power to get back there. And as you can tell, over the past week, the stream has been getting somewhat back to normal. And our plan for next week is to get the videos. And then from there, we kind of actually want to do new specialty videos and new specialty shorts. So if you don't want to miss any of that on both Rumble and YouTube, make sure you turn on that subscription. Hit subscribe and turn on those notifications. Wow. A little dirty double dip. Is this going to keep going or is that just the little wick below? Do you think this is the trap? Do you think they just wicked people out who had the low at the intraday? It was 95.5, dipped to 86. Do you think this is the fake out or do you think actually momentum is still selling here? Do you think there's good reason to still be short? Let's see. Let's see. SPY is trending down. Mag 7 was going up, went flat, taking a hit as we speak. The NASDAQ coming down. We do have negative gamma until about 415-ish, 410-ish. So just above 400. And we're currently at 31. So I wonder if the buy is right here. And right here, also just to comment on the previous trade, this is why this second time is not worth it. You take the shot on the very first time, the stats break down if you do it later. So when we talk about going long at the overnight session low, I want to be very clear. The stat only has positive expected value on the first touch. Do not use that mantra or methodology later in the day. It just, the odds do fall apart. So you're either in on the first touch or you're not playing it. Because I mean, in my testing of doing it later in the day, there's just nothing special about the level anymore. It's like uniquely the first test that you have the opportunity, and doing it later. This is why I pulled the order, because doing it later, just, it doesn't have the odds anymore. So the odds, instead of having an edge, all of a sudden revert back to 50-50, and it just becomes another random thing. VIX at 18, see if it rejects or pushes here. I think you're having an issue between like kind of a chicken and the egg thing. Because remember what the VIX is. The VIX, that's not exactly like the proper way to interpret it, of like people trading that. The VIX is basically, if there were a theoretically perfect 30 days out SPX contract, what would the vol on that be? So really you're measuring the vol of it. It's not like people are trading that up or down. It's being reflective of the current measurement of the theoretically perfect vol 30 days out on an S&P 500 contract. All right. If you are riding this south, yeah, there might be a little bit of a hiccup here at 7425. That's totally possible. But what I would be looking for is, can you get it down to this region? The start of positive gamma, somewhere between 7,400 and 7,410. This, yeah, we're slicing through 2.5. That's an open target, so people had long puts there. I would be looking for this. I would be happy if I caught this short, which I did not, to be clear. But if I did, I would be scaling out somewhere between 7,400 and 7,410. Still works the same. It doesn't. Like many things in the market, the devil's in the detail, and you have to make sure you're interpreting the product that you're using properly. Like, it's the same thing. Like, maybe to use an analogy of like a carpenter and his tools, like, you got to be using the tools properly to have a shot. Trading in itself is like tough enough. So to say that it still works the same, it doesn't work the same. You got to be interpreting it properly to know how to use it properly. We're right at the green to red move on the Qs. The SPY has gone red. I am very happy I locked in a portion of my profits this morning because, like I said, I didn't want to be carrying that risk over the weekend. NQ. All right, 300 is the overnight low. 641 is the overnight high. We've taken out both. So not only have we taken out the overnight session high and low, we've also taken out the gap fills. We've cleaned up the chart actually pretty well. The Q still have an upside gap fill to 703. As of now, it doesn't really seem to be in the cards, but it did fix its downside gap fill. On the SPY, we hit the upside and the down. On SPX, we did. There's still a slight gap on SPY. Today's high is 746.3. And it was 746.37. So SPY and QQQ still have upside gap fills, but SPX did clean up both. End of week sell program. Well, the NASDAQ is diving. Puts were being bought until about 55, and now they're kind of flat, but calls are still being sold. So someone's unloading some calls there. Mag 7 is all over. We popped, we dropped, we popped, we dropped. Mag 7 is going on a wild ride today. The S&P 500, we popped, and we're kind of slowing down now, but still pretty choppy. I see you assessing gamma on S&P, but trade the NQ. Curious to know your thoughts on that reasoning. I just like trading NQ, but the big influence, the S&P is by far the most liquid, the most traded, the most popular product in the world. So I'm using that for my levels. I look also, it's not like I don't look at the NASDAQ. In fact, I get specialized NASDAQ. I looked at the Mag 7, I look at the NASDAQ, and I'm still looking at it all. It's not like I just look at the SPY and just trade the NQ. I look at the SPY, the NASDAQ, the major components of the NASDAQ, and then I trade NQ on futures. Can I say now the market is crashing? No. You think this is a crash? You've never seen a market crash if you think what is happening today is a crash. You're trying to call this a crash. I think you're missing the point. You're looking at, you're too far zoomed in if you think this is a crash. You're looking at what? Market open till now and seeing some red and calling the market a crash. No, you don't know what a crash is. It's the 931 fake out to the upside. Well, what I'm looking for is right here. What happens at 400? What happens at 400? If not a crash, what's the proper terminology? We're trending down. This isn't even a pullback. This is like a red bar, and you guys are so dramatic about it. If it's not a crash, what is it? A downside trend. Like literally a crap. We haven't seen this level since yesterday, or the day before, or the day before, or the day before, or the day before, or the day before. We have not been trading at levels so low since literally yesterday, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that, and the day before that. Like, what? You guys, what the fuck are you smoking? That you're like, this is a crash. We've been at this level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading sessions. And you're like, what's the terminology? What's going on? Why is this selling so hard? Dude, we're literally just at the exact same level we've been for a week plus. Jesus. If this gets you so like emotionally disturbed that you like in your core think it's a crash, maybe trading's not for you. Like maybe you need to find a little bit more resolve somewhere in your brain. Just folks, take a breather, zoom out, zoom out. Just look at the daily chart, look at the weekly chart. Pretty hard sell off today. If you're exclusively measuring from market open to this moment, yes, there is red. But what else? You're wrong. This is the definition of a crash. Yes, this is a full-on. This is probably the worst market crash we've ever seen. This is, I don't know if we've ever been at levels like this. You might as well sell everything and never return. Just sell everything, convert it to cash, put it under your mattress, and just never come back. This is a record-breaking sell-off. The market has never traded at levels this low today. We were at these levels yesterday, but if you're just looking at today, we've never been at levels this low. And my best financial advice for all of you is to sell everything, put the money under your mattress, and just take cover. Just please take cover. Like, just bolt your doors, run away, hide, take your kids out of school, quit your jobs. Like, this is probably the end of capitalism. This is the end of it, folks. I wish I could present better news and pray for a bounce back, but I don't think it's going to happen. Instructions unclear. Sold the mattress and sleeping on money. Hey, that's a reasonable solution. You're just trying to get me to sell my AMC. Yeah, fuck. How'd you know? Did we bounce off of 400? Not quite. Not quite. We have a little bit of distance to go. We did get into positive gamma right here. The switch is around 410. It's this 10-point region is where it's not even the most negative gamma today, but we're running out of negative gamma. And I'm very curious if this somewhere in here is the bottom of the day. Are we going to dip into this positive gamma? And then are we going to just coast for it all day? Or are we going to have the reversal through negative gamma? Yeah. Okay. So situation one is we come to exactly where we are, 7,400, and then just grind through this negative gamma all day and a little up, little down. Situation two is we have a V-shape reversal, a Nike swoosh reversal, bounce off of this negative gamma and cut through the negative gamma for the remainder of the day. So situation one is the boring one where there's really not much to do for the remainder of the day. So unfortunately, if you didn't catch the sell-off, it could be donezo. Or situation two is actually a really exciting full recovery, and we find a base somewhere here, roughly where we are now, looking at this positive gamma, and then reverse it all day. So one is a really boring, from here on out, I should be specific, grindy action. And then the other one's a pretty fun, like full reversal where everyone's like, whoa, what in the world? So just waiting for that. Daily direction still undecided. Not even the IB yet. Yeah, I mean, it's not even 10:30. So I actually think it would be a hilarious play out from here for all the people who are screaming about the market crash. If by the end of the day we make a new intraday high, I feel like I'd probably personally DM all of you like LOL. Matt, how much are you paying monthly for all your trading subscriptions you're letting us use for free? I mean, I have a lot. I mean, probably thousands of dollars. I have data packages for stuff in the Discord. I have Spot Gamma. I have Bookmap. I have Edge Full. I have Convex Value. I have so many. Honestly, I probably have a lot that I don't even use, which is like really fucked up. I should probably look at my credit card bill, realize the ones I don't use, and actually start cutting them would probably be the smartest move. But hey, I hope you guys get use out of it. Can you pass a Vanquish intraday, or does it have to close? I'm actually not 100% sure. I know it takes multiple days. Now we wait for the 11 a.m. reversal, maybe. We're seeing some bottoming signs here, but we also saw it before, and it led to a whole nother leg lower. So, I mean, Nasdaq's been taking a pretty serious hit, but once again, starting to show some bottoming signs at 1010. Well, it could keep going. I'm just commenting on the current structure of it. The Mag 7 maybe found a bottom there at 1015, a little bit of life, but also could just be a fake out, a lower high, and then it could puke. Looking at the S&P 500, we were trending up, and it just took a hit as NQ took out 100. As NQ took out 100. Brutal. Wow. Wow. Wowzers. Maybe is it going to bounce off 100 here? We'll see. Wow, that's some range, a 50-point range on this one bar right here. That's a tough risk. It's a tough risk, but we did hit 400. Kind of. Kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. Another one that if you bought at the $100 rung, Decisions. Oh, how many decisions are we going to have to make today? We're going to have to make all of the decisions. I guess what goes up must come down. Let me just hide this for now because it's distorting the chart too much. Even that, like this recovery, we're at 160. Oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. We're at 410.
Order filled.
What is this? 92. What is this high? This high is 92. Oh, 92, 92, 92. Let's go fishing. All right, it's a free trade. I'm long, trying to catch a falling knife, but not necessarily my favorite play, which is why I've already taken all risk off the table. My stops at break even. Worst case scenario for me is what? Is I make $60. So free play. We're playing against the crackers today. This crash is getting bad. Reminds me of Black Tuesday, Thursday, 1929. Only a matter of time before we start hearing about the suicides on Wall Street. I honestly think the crash we saw today is even worse. I think if you took the great financial crisis, added in the dot-com bubble, and then multiplied it by the Great Depression, that's probably at the level that we saw today. Most likely at the level that we saw today. Come on, get out of here. Bounce again. And then I can move my risk up to 75.
Order.
All right. I got tagged, but whatever. Made some money. Made some money. It would have knocked me out for break even. So I guess it was good that I was a bit more aggressive with it. Yeah, Korea. Add in the inverse of Korea, and that's also where we're at. It's the yen carries trade fault. Oh, of course it is. If you guys think this is anything beyond the yen carry trade, well, that's a bummer. I didn't feel like giving it. I guess I could have had a better entry, but that would have been a degenerate entry. This was fine. I don't mind it. I think I did the right thing because it would have knocked me out for break even. It just sucks that it had that much of a pullback, dip below where I would have been. So I had to get out, and then it rips my favor anyway. But like I said, I made money. I mean, what's that? 3K. I made $200 on 15 accounts, so 3K. And I actually think I could almost request money out of all these accounts. We'll see. I'm just trying to be a little bit more reasonable about my risk. A little bit more reasonable about my risk. Dark pools crashing the market. They're actually probably crashing the market to stop AMC from running. That's what I heard. That's the rumors I heard is they're intentionally crashing the market because if AMC runs, a lot of hedge funds will go under. So I heard they're doing this whole thing just to stop AMC. But that's probably why you're seeing the uptick in dark pool activity, if I really had to guess, is they really, 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 they're worried. I mean, if AMC runs, you know how many hedge funds will go under because they're all shorting it? It'll probably take down the entire financial system. That's what I heard, and it's pretty reasonable. It's pretty reasonable if you don't think about it at all. Pretty freaking reasonable. AMC is the largest company in the S&P dark pool. That's where they're hiding the company. The rest of its market cap is hidden in the dark pool. If you guys didn't know that, that's just literally where they hid the company. AMC would have saved Leopold. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Beautiful bounce. I could have taken 206. Didn't necessarily want to risk 30 points. Could have gone down 400. Obviously, it was worth it because now my stop could be at break even. All right. Like I said, I wonder, we did the tag of 400. I hope, just to make fun of people in chat, that we do a full day reversal. I really hope. I mean, I'm seeing the SPY pick up. I'm seeing the Mag 7 not pick up. I'm seeing the NASDAQ at least bottom, but I'm seeing negative gamma. We popped off this positive gamma, maybe 460. And then from there, you're looking at 500, 510. It's a big if. I'm not saying it's like a slam dunk obvious setup, but I think it'd be way too funny for everyone freaking out. But what I would really first want to see is I want to see the 30-minute get back above the 50 MA, which is about 350, and then a break of this current bar's high at 393. So above 350, above 400, I think the game's back on. I really do. But that's a big if. The bounce region that I perfectly called out to all of you thus far is holding, knock on wood. But let's see if it can actually get back green on the day. I'd love to take out the 1 minute 50 MA at 30. The red to green test is 37. And then a nice push above 50 sets up potentially 500. Or, this could just be a lower high that gets absolutely smashed. Flat on the NASDAQ, turning back south. Mag 7 turning back. SPY going up. All right. I think we're going to need a little bit of patience. So I think we're going to have to wait to see how this settles a little bit more. And we have about 6 minutes till the IB is officially set. That sets at 10:30. The initial bounce is the first hour's high and low. So in the meantime, if you guys don't mind, I want to share with you the coolest story ever. As we are wrapping up the month of July, we were just gifted with what I seriously mean the craziest story in Wall Street history. It has everything. Good guys, bad guys, rich people, poor people, AI, humanoid lizards. It has everything. And I need to share it with all of you because it's probably my favorite story of all time. And it starts right here. Who is Leopold Aschbrenner and why is Wall Street watching? If you haven't really been paying attention to the market, there's a good chance that you went from never hearing about Leopold to all day just Leopold, Ken Griffin, Citadel, billions of dollars. It came out of nowhere. And that is kind of representative of what this whole story is. So question number one is, who is Leopold? He's this guy right here. I believe he's roughly 25 years old, and he is a pretty smart guy. He actually won various awards, being called an economic prodigy. At one point, he was at Columbia. He started at 15. He was a valedictorian of his class. He has a degree in economics and mathematics with, I believe, a specialization in statistics. So the kid is a smart cookie. Past all of his schooling, he ended up working for OpenAI, and he said, you know what, deuces, I'm done with that job. I'm going to see, he wrote this paper, an essay called Situational Awareness, and he turned that paper, that essay, into an actual hedge fund, Situational Awareness LP. He got rocking in 2024 in the realm of $225 million, which means he had really good connections to get that kind of money, to get connected so early on. And from 2024 to 2025, there was pretty decent growth. Like, he was really playing this AI buzz and everything. But then as 2026 got underway, that's really when he started making a name for himself. And this is where we get the second character of our story, Ken Griffin of Citadel and Citadel Securities. And I promise you, if you don't get this meme from Game of Thrones, you're going to get it in a second. Tell Leopold, I want him to know it was me. And if you've seen Game of Thrones, or if you know anything about this story, you know that this perfectly hits the situation. It perfectly explains the situation. So to really understand this, you kind of first need to know that how hyped up Wall Street was about this kid. The AI investing boom gets its poster boy. Meet Leopold Aschbrenner. All calendar year, this guy was being touted as the next king of Wall Street. He legitimately was. The 24-year-old AI whiz who counts Jane Street as his investor. They were calling him the Wonder Kid. They were calling him the next Warren Buffett. They were calling him the next guy. And I kind of want to add another name onto this guy, and it would be Supernova. The biggest explosion that humans have ever seen. Each blast is extremely bright, super powerful explosion of a star. Maybe Icarus is another name that I would like to apply to this, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So rewinding, why is he getting his photo taken so much? Why are they calling him the Wonder Kid, 24-year-old whiz kid? Like, what is happening? Well, he made a lot of money. Yes, the market's been going up. Remember, he started this in 2024, and the market's been generically going up since then. This is the S&P 500, but that's not what he was playing. He was playing these names related to AI, and he was making a killing. If you look at Micron, I mean, 100 all the way up to 1,200, currently trading at 850. SanDisk down to 50, all the way up to 2,200, currently trading at 1,200. You have Bloom Energy doing a similar thing. Nebius Group. He was playing all these. APLD. He was crushing it. So yes, the market overall was up, but he managed to turn $225 million, that was his assets under management, to a peak of over 40 billion. And obviously, I know that's a large starting value, but still think about that growth. 225 million to at one point over 40 billion. And these were just the publicly traded stocks. He also had really strong investments in private plays such as Anthropic. So that's why everyone was buzzing around this kid. I mean, crushing on Intel, CoreWeave, Irene, NVIDIA. Like he was just making a killing. And then all of a sudden, everything changed. As of the start of this month, July of 2026, this guy was the king of Wall Street, 225 million into estimated over $40 billion. Fast forward to the end of this month, and he was donezo. Situational Awareness, the name of the hedge fund, down 67% in July in AI stock, basically getting demolished. And you might be thinking, okay, like what happened? Like, I get that the AI trade is kind of getting hit, but how does this happen? AI investor Leopold Aschbrenner forced to unwind all public stock positions after steep losses. So basically losing 2/3 in 1 month. And I should clarify that he was still up year to date. He's still up 80%, but he was up 450%. So it's the hit from that and this leverage position that caused him to basically lose his job. And then this is where we have a new character enter who was the reigning king of Wall Street and has just proven to us that he's still the reigning king. That's a nice fun you've got there. Quote, unquote, Ken Griffin. This is where the story truly gets crazy. You have AI whiz kid crushing the market, literally to the point of they think he's the next guy. This all happened in 6 months. And then in 1 month, donezo. And this is the guy proving that he's reigning supreme. Citadel buys situational awareness stock portfolio after big losses in AI. The high-flying hedge fund run by Leopold is in crisis mode after AI-related bets sank. Makes you wonder, what in the world happened? And this is where it gets a little intricate, but also very impressive. And when I say impressive, I mean impressive in a diabolical sense. Citadel Security sees Warsh delivering surprise Fed hike. This was reported earlier this week. Basically, Monday of this week, we got Citadel piping up seemingly out of nowhere saying, hey, yeah, we actually think there's going to be a surprise rate hike. And at first you might think, okay, like what does that have to do with this situation? Well, let me rewind. When this came out, it caused a little bit of choppiness in the market right here. S&P 500 taking a little bit of a hit. Obviously, these high-flying tech names, a bigger hit. Micron taking a hit. SanDisk taking a hit. Bloom Energy taking a hit. Nebius taking a hit. Obviously, the AI fad, because there was so much leverage money behind it, all of a sudden, when this came out, it put pressure on it.
Order
And
filled.
oh, okay. I guess I made $100 there. Anyway, I digress. It put pressure on it. And at first you might be thinking, okay, Matt, yeah, it came down a little bit, but like if someone's up 450%, like how does that happen? Who cares? A little bit of a hit. Well, it all leads to leverage. Did you say he's 25 and has 4x leverage on a $45 billion portfolio? It is leverage that kills you, which is really reminiscent of long-term capital. all these people, if they just had a little bit more time, would have been fine, but they were playing too big for their underlying portfolio size. Long-term capital management, Archegos capital management, FTX, they were all the same thing, all the exact same situation where they were the high fly. They thought they were literally the smartest people in the room. They had billions of dollars and everything was going well and they thought they couldn't lose, so they played way too big, and it's a story as old as time. There are only 3 ways a smart person can go broke: liquor, ladies, and leverage. And for all of these, including what just happened with situational awareness, it was leverage. So a little bit of pressure applied at the right time, clearly orchestrated by Citadel. Citadel coming out of nowhere saying, yeah, no, we think there's going to be a surprise rate hike. People say, whoa, what do they know that we don't know? Market takes a slight hit. It's just enough pressure at just the perfect time to cause the AI trade to come down a little bit, where guess who's going to get margin called? Situational awareness. And then you know who's there to step in and buy it for pennies on the dollar? Mr. Ken Griffin. And the sad thing here, all in blue, the liquidation discount reprice, situational awareness, all of them the very next day after it all goes down, all the ones in blue, 20+% gain. It was all fine. Literally all they had to do was get through one more day. But that's a story as old as time, and Ken Griffin once again wins. And obviously this kind of sucks for Leopold, who I should add in is rumored to his wedding is this weekend. I don't think Ken Griffin's going to be getting an invite, but apparently this is a live quote from Ken Griffin, kind of proving that old dogs can learn new tricks. F them kids. And I have to admit, I have a bunch of memes here. It's hilarious. Drop the hedge. It's cleaner. What's with these hedge funds not hedging and just exclusively using crazy amounts of leverage? That's not a hedge fund. If Kathy Wood and Jim Cramer had a baby, you have to kind of know a little bit about Wall Street lore to understand this one. It's funny. There's our little liquidity boy. Come down here and raise some fresh capital. Obviously, FTX, why are you here? I thought you were financially stable. That's exactly what FTX said. That's exactly what this kid said, and it changes so quickly. Even shout out to Odyssey. Everyone, Ken Griffin, when he hears the sound of a distressed asset, this is just so perfect. Ken Griffin walking into the boardroom after buying Leopold's situational awareness 5.5% stake, and then this one's for those of you who are terminally online to get what this one is. So I'm probably just going to leave it there for people who are doom scrolling way too much. But overall, we just witnessed one of the most diabolical, intelligent, shrewd plays of all time. Ken Griffin pays attention to this whiz kid, realizes he's getting a little too big for his britches. He's playing with a little too much leverage, and he starts thinking to himself, where can I apply pressure just enough that I come out supreme king? He realizes with that 4x leverage, if Citadel says maybe just be prepared for something a little crazy, it could cause a momentary blip in the AI trade that's just enough that the rest of the market doesn't really care, but to someone who's massively leveraged, they will care. He does it at the perfect time, heading into the Fed meeting. All of a sudden, levels drop so much for this firm that there's only a handful of companies in the world who can consume a $20 to $40 billion book, Citadel being one of them. As soon as they apply the pressure, they say, hey, we're here. We're ready to buy. They do it. Stocks bounce back literally the next day. And this kid is most likely without a job. And it's probably going to, if you ask me, make the wedding a little bit more awkward. So I kind of feel for him, but it is honestly a story as old as time. The 3 things that are going to ruin you: liquor, ladies, and leverage. And whether you talk to FTX, Archegos, long-term capital management, or a sea of other ones who don't understand what the term hedge actually means, it's always leverage that's getting these guys, and makes you wonder if they're ever going to learn their lesson. Ever. So just wanted to give you the breakdown on the craziness between Ken Griffin, Citadel, Leopold, situational awareness, and how apparently they had no situational awareness because Wall Street, they just taught this young kid a brutal lesson. Whoa. Why is that order in there? Is that order right, or is that a hanging order? I don't know if that is the proper order. I'm going to let it play out. This is the bot order. I don't know. Is it a hanging order from the previous trade? It must not be because it did trade right here. This is so sad. My target was 300 before. I would be riding this whole thing up. What is the bot just updated? The bot is live. It is running this. What is going on, Mr. Bot? Mr. Bot, Mr. Bot, are you really trying to short this right now? I was biased towards a recovery, but maybe the bot knows something I do not. Bot's trying to go short at 67. Do I just want to turn this bot off? I feel like this bot... mean reversion, yeah, it's some type of mean reversion. This is up quite a bit, 160 to 300. It's just looking for a couple points to the south side. Let's see what the bot does. Look, Mom, no hands. Look, Mom, no hands. Mother, look at me. All right, locked it in, set a stop to break even. Locked it in, and break even gets hit. So locked in one, break even on the other, doubling the profits on the day, going from 100 to 190. Not a bad trade. Not a bad hands-free trade. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Dude, the risk that you have to do today. $350. That's the breakout level, is 350. What are we doing? Breakout is at 300. $93. I see is this still above my head? Yeah. I'm looking at this 300 level. Trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, how do I want to play this? Do I like this? I better like it. I better like it. Lock it in. Come on. Lock in one. Lock in one. Come on. No. What did it hit? It hit my value, just didn't give me the fill. Are you fucking kidding me? The high was 96. My fill was 96. I didn't get a fill on it. That's unfortunate. That's incredibly unfortunate. No. No, 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 no. I do not like that at all, folks. Fuck. How is that? I guess they just didn't trade enough volume there. Shit.
Order filled.
Shit. That's not good. How did it do that? It tagged it. I just didn't get the fill. That's incredibly unfortunate.
Order filled.
No. And then the bot fired the other way. What am I doing? Yeah, the bot fired the other way. Not getting the fill really knocked me off my game on that one. Fuck. Oh, man. Yeah, I just got like a toddler. I got pissy that it hit my level, and for whatever reason, I just didn't get the fill. Son of a bitch. Oh, brother, 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 oh, brother. Not a good play. Poor discipline. I guess it was a good play because it technically hit, but what was poor was my discipline. When it didn't get the fill, I should have reacted better rather than just sitting there and being like, oh, maybe it'll work. Fuck. No. Come on. Take out 51. Take out 51. I'm looking at 52, I mean. Come on. 52. What was that, Phil? Yeah, 52.75. So we could call it 53. Oh, come on. How's this going to go? Amazon picking up. Meta. How are these? We're getting hit today. All right, a little bit of a pop here. I want it above, what's this, 340, which is also roughly the RTH VWAP. RTH VWAP is 346. Session VWAP is like 410 right now. Let's see. Can it get going? This is what I'm watching. It's trying to press. 300's big. 340. Yeah, we're kind of just like at the next 50-point increments. 300, 350, 400. So 300, 350, 400. And then looking at SPX, we saw that perfect bounce off of 400. It's trying to push green. I'd be watching 450. Come on. Can it get going? Get going there. Get going. You could do it. Take out 300. 300. Then our next shot is 350. Red green test, yeah, on both the SPY and on the Qs. You can see that right here. You know what? Let's go to the 5-minute. Clean this up a little.
Order filled.
What the fuck? Okay, the bot did something, but I got a weird order, so I guess nothing happened. The bot lost a little bit of money there. I need this to really get going. This was a stupid, undisciplined reaction. I don't mind the trade that I took. It was just I should have reacted better. I just got frustrated when I thought it hit my value, and then I was giving it a second because sometimes the copier is like a little slow to update. And then when it was evident that I wasn't getting the fill, I then just kind of got mad and sat through it and took an unnecessarily loss. But that's on me. That's on me. Oh, which I could have sat there the whole time if I just had a contract. So a little bit undisciplined on my side. A lot of it undisciplined on my side. We are getting a nice flow on S&P 500. Okay, so my account break even, I need this above 320. Come on. You can get going. I'm praying that this is not a fake break here where we wick up and they just dump it anyway. Oh, I need to be better. Need to be better, more disciplined, follow the plan, just stick to the plan. Was it a fake out? It's getting hit. A little bit too much of an eager beaver chasing this one. but maybe I'll get lucky and I'll still break my way. Looking for the push up to RTH VWAP, looking for the push up to session VWAP. And what I really want to see is this push to RTH VWAP. We'll call it roughly 44, but really I'm looking for somewhere between like 40 and 50 to go to break even on this trade and see if I could then ride it all the way up to 400 is the plan. I don't know if it's going to, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. Shout out Mike Tyson. Shout out Mike Tyson. Let's see. Come on. You can get going. Crack it. Just crack it. Just crack it. Just crack it. Just crack it. You could do it. You could do it. Just crack it. Crackers, come on, crack it, crack it, crack it. Crack it, crack it, crack it. All right. Do I do break even now? We haven't really. The system says no. The system says it's a little early to go break even, but I'm also trying to be fairly judgmental about my state of mind and think, okay, like, would it just be easier to breathe if you go to break even? The system is arguing it's too early to go break even. But for me, if it's a free play, it's a free play. I mean, we could just so easily whip below 300. All right, I see, you can see above my head, there's sellers at 350. Let's take out 350. Come on. Come on. Do I just do it? Do I just take pressure off? I mean, at minimum, my risk should be there. So if I lose 1,100, I'm already down. So I'd be down 1.6. I'm up. How much was I up? I was up 2. So I would only have 500. That's not enough. So I either need to look like get rid of the risk and pray this goes, or go to break even. Having a middle level risk like this is kind of stupid, because if it gets tagged, it just puts me in like a shitty position. I either need to kind of risk it all or risk nothing. Which, I mean, I'm only down 500. That's a recoverable thing. Maybe I do just go break even. Oh, and pray that it doesn't retag 300. I put my risk at break even for now as I'm thinking about how I want to handle this, because in one situation, I mean, it could just get smashed here and I probably shouldn't be risking anything, because if I had multiple contracts, I should be scaling out something between 40 and 50 because of a VWAP rejection. So because of that, if it is a legit rejection and it goes, like, why risk any money? So, okay, I think at minimum, stop to break even is the right move. And then from here, I'm just praying it actually keeps going. It's going to retest 395. 395. I hope it retests that. I would love that. I just hope the pathway to testing it is straight up and not a pullback. I feel confident in that. I agree with you in your assessment. The question is what will the pathway be to that? And actually, if we take out 450, 460, I can move my stop up to 318. Come on, get going. I like this swing low. I actually like this swing. 305 is a weird one, but 318 is kind of nice because that's roughly my account break even. So at least I would be roughly, I think I'd be slightly green on the day. But it needs to get, like I said, 350 is a tough one. It is. We're right at this RTH VWAP. So VWAP starting at 930, people tend to react to this. I'm hoping it's a push up to the next VWAP. And for now, it's a freebie trade. And I could have played this so much better before if I just didn't spaz out when I got mad that I saw my level hit. I just didn't get a fill. I can see it retesting 300. Well, yeah, no shit. anything could happen. It could retest 300. It could retest 200. It could retest 100. It could retest 400, 500, 600, 700. It could do any of that. Saying like, it's not helpful to you as a trader or to anyone else saying something could happen. Yes, anything could happen. The only thing that can't happen is the chart going backwards. But massive spikes, massive dumps, grind sideways, all of it could happen. Yeah, no shit. It's just, if you're focusing on all potential outcomes, you're going to be sitting there like contemplating infinity because anything could happen. It could spike to 400 and drop to 300. It could go to 300, run all the way up to 400. It could grind here at 335 for the rest of the day. What you want to do is try to identify potential outcomes that have more than a shot of randomness of like, okay, like what is expected value here? Like when in this condition, it's conditional probabilities, Bayesian probabilities, like when in this condition, what is the likely outcome, and see if you could take advantage of the likely scenario with minimal risk. And to be fair, my trade was shit. I managed it poorly, but the market gods gave me the opportunity to go to stop to break even, so I took it. Hello, Matt. When you in a worry state on your trade, you always spaz out a little harder on bland statements. It's not, it's just wrong. I guess like I'm attempting to help educate here. So when people say something wrong, I'm trying to correct it for maybe not them, but for other people. Can I get lucky and it just bounces away from this? Nope. But also on that note, I mean, I don't like necessarily fully disagree, but when you guys have all, if you had your money on the line in front of people, like you wouldn't just be calm when people are saying dumb shit. Like no one would. Of course, my emotions are going to be affected because it's real money of mine that I'm betting in real time. So of course, you're going to have, I suppose, fuck, dude, it's going to re-enter again. Son of a bitch. You're going to have less patience with dumb shit. Of course. That's just life. That's called being human. If you're betting real money while talking, while educating in real time, and someone just says something fucking stupid, I implore you to attempt to try to go stream yourself and see if you keep your cool. It's hard enough to keep your cool when you're just trading by yourself and not taking in, I guess, commentary from other people. That's literally just being human. What's happening here? Okay, I guess well, I feel dumb for not getting out at this breakdown at 18, but then would I have felt dumb if it wicked it, never broke 300 and ripped anyway, kind of like the trade before? It's just, it's so easy to Monday morning quarterback this shit. It's so incredibly easy. 90, 60, and then a huge fucking pop. Jesus. How do I want to play it? Do I want to play it? I mean, it's pretty overextended. SPY took a hit, knocked just enough to knock me out, and then here we are. Here we are.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, locked in one, cut the loss by a little bit. I want to jack this back up. All right, for right now, the risk has to be 54. I'm not happy with that risk, but I just have to wait for this to develop a little bit. Let's see. Fuck. Calm, cool, collected. Fuck. Okay, what was that? Quickly bounce, please. It's a random hit. I just saw it on Bookmap. Someone market ordered out of a decent chunk. But if we pop from here, if we can take out 45, then I can move my stop up to 85, which actually I still don't like. That's a bit of a large risk, but that's what today's ranges are kind of forcing me to do. At least take out 34. I'm looking at this recent high. Really, I'm looking at 45. Fuck. Okay, there's that one. How can I minimize risk? Is now an appropriate time to minimize risk? It is not. But we are looking for the clouds to hold green. SPY, I'm not in love with that. Cloud is trying to go green. We're above the overnight low, just barely. Holding 300, a little wick below to 250, just a little 50-point wick, but maybe that's the fake out, and then we get going. Or am I about to get dumped on? Okay, at least I dumped one of the contracts quickly. So the goal right now is same thing as before, is hopefully I'm right on the initial call to the point that I could get the stop to break even. And then we'll see if I could get lucky or not. But I do need this to ideally break 45 before it breaks 54. Time will tell. Let's see if the read is right. Let's see if the read is right. This is part of the issue, is SPX is caught at that battle at 50. Remember before when everyone's like, this is a crash? And then I said the funniest scenario would be if we whip all the way back through negative gamma to push not only an intraday high, but maybe even 7,500. Well, could be a real possibility if we can get above and hold above this high here, 52. Actually, could be a hilarious play out. And honestly, the push in NQ, the equivalent push, will be a monster if I can just get it in where my stop doesn't get retested. I just need to somehow get this stop in. But then if you do it aggressively, you're taking on less risk. But then there's a greater chance of getting tagged out. That's forever the balancing act. Not seemingly liking 300 the most. Fuck. Stay above 300. My fill's at 321, so I very much need it above 300. Shit. Uh-oh. Is this going to be one of those things where I simply just don't have enough buffer to withstand the range? I pray no. Oh, this is one of the toughest thing about prop accounts when you refuse to go down to micros. Obviously, the problem is easily solved just dropping, like being a little bit more humble, like calming down your ego and going to micros instead of minis. It's just sometimes you don't have enough buffer even for the read because, once again, someone called it out, 395. I agree. I actually think we go above 400. I think there's a real shot NQ goes back to 600 today, and I'm calling that out at 300. The issue is the pathway there. Do your accounts have enough buffer to withstand a potential jagged pathway to whatever you think it could do? Oh, come on. Come on. Hold 300. Let the kids play. Let the kids play. I just want a nice pop above 360, stop to break even. Honestly, even 350 at this point. And then I just need to get lucky in terms of it doesn't revert. And like I could just leave that stop at break even and see where we go. 3 MNQ is a sweet spot, scale in and out. Mathematically, that's probably right. I was even thinking like groupings of 2, like 2, 2, 2. You could do 2, 4, 6, scale in a little here, scale out a little there. Mathematically, that's probably a good read. Probably. Can this just please get going? We're right at the high on SPY, and we're also at 450 key technical psychological gamma level. I just need this to continue rather than revert. But even that's a tough enough 50-50 call. It's just more of, even if it's a little dip, that could completely screw me over. Not only do I need the break, I need it to be like a nice fluid break, which thus far has not been happening. But maybe the market gods will shine upon me. Maybe. Fuck. Nope. Come on, just hold. Just hold, just break and go. These ranges are just too big. I can't even really realistically risk that recent swing low, no less like 3 swings. Fuck. What do I do? It's pushing. Come on. Buyer step in. Come on. I really do think we're going to see a pretty sizable push to the upside today. It's just, it's a messy pathway for that to occur. Come on. Where's the buyers? S&P 500 trend is going against me. Mag 7 trend is now going flat. NASDAQ flat, not really moving at all, to be completely honest. We do have that negative gamma up, maybe a bit of positive gamma at 465. Sounds weird, but statistically scaling in and scaling is better than scaling out. In general, scaling, whether in or out, is better than going all in or all out. Scaling is without a doubt your friend. You're going to have higher net profits scaling in, scaling out than going all in, all out. As in terms of scaling in and scaling out, is one of those better than the other? I've never actually researched that. I haven't read any papers on it. But I do know generically, compared to going in full size and out full size, you are better off scaling in and scaling out, or at least scaling one of those sides. All right, we're getting a bit of a push in my favor. But even this, if I had a better fill at 300 instead of 320, I could reasonably go break even. Now it's, do I use 54? Do I risk 1.3? I'm down 4. That's 1,700. That's not good. Do I risk 73? That's a $900 hit. So I'm down 1,400. It's just, I'm risking so much of the buffer. And it's because these ranges are so large. Like, the structural setup is good. It just happens that the bars are, and dude, is that a double hit? Fuck me. I don't even know what to do. That's not good. Look at that jump. Just 40 down to 300 like it was nothing. Just like it was nothing. This is why I was saying, if we can get above and hold above this, that's my stop to break even, because then I'm protected by it. But right now there's serious resistance. So I have to just awkwardly wait here and see what the hell happens. But at least it's above 300, knock on wood. But at least it's above 300. I'm a little upset with myself with how I reacted to the portion of the trade that got me in here, because I feel like that knocked me off my game. And I don't think I've completely spiraled since then, because I got knocked out on break even on that trade, which I think I was good to manage that risk. And then I got into the next one. It was a 2 contract trade. I scaled out of one of them, which was fine. But now I'm starting to question, should I scaled out of both? Come on, just finally get the break. We've just so evidently double topped right here. We're just running it like at 340. Technically, we're making higher lows, but you're making higher lows till you don't. Why do you think it'll pump today? Looking at the negative gamma and also what's happening in a lot of recently, it's been a popular trend to sell vol into the weekend. And if you sell vol, obviously that's supportive for the overall market. So putting together the recent trend of, the recent news of AI, some of the recent earnings, the sell vol, and then also we've had such a multi-standard deviation move to the south side that we ran into positive gamma, ran into key levels, and now there's just negative gamma above. That the risk reward situation, if you're presented with this situation multiple times, it's going to be net beneficial to be bullish. But that doesn't mean in this one instance it's going to work. Maybe the best analogy is like, just because you're dealt pocket aces, that doesn't mean you're going to always win when playing pocket aces. So I'm attempting to play the higher statistical likelihood here, but that's not a guarantee. So I would very much argue, based on the current setup, it is a more favorable risk reward scenario to be bullish at this moment in time, but it's not a guarantee. And in fact, this might be coming for me like now after this double, triple top scenario. It's just struggling so much at 300. Come on, like it's putting up a fight, but it's just how many buyers are there? Like this is a serious fight. We keep getting rejected. There's less bullish aggression, but then it comes to here and then it steps in. So like one of these sides is going to crack. And from before when I thought I had edge to now it's becoming a flip of a quarter, which just sucks. And I was looking to take more shrewd, better risk reward setup plays than this. And now it's getting fucking cracked. God damn it. Yeah, that's not ideal for me. Oh, do I just want to cut it here and live to fight? Or do I think that maybe it could bounce off of the SPX one? And then right here we have, fuck, this is not good for me. Not good at all. I need this, like this next bar, this whatever, this 3-bar setup. I need this next one to actually buy or step in, because we're at the green to red. We're at the 1 minute 50 EMA. If it starts to crack this, like I'm legit screwed. Like this is kind of go time for me. I don't have enough buffer to withstand. Like I need buyers to step in now. Like I need this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of red and a pop, and we have a nice foundation, and it comes back up to 450. Like now, like right fucking now, like come on. If that setup does not develop now, it's game over for me. Come on, this is it. 1 minute 50 EMA. Let's see those bots react. Let's get NQ back above 300. Maybe a little double bottom low. Not much follow through, unfortunately, for me. Shit. Not as much follow through as I would like to see. Come on, push it. It technically did go higher, but just by the smallest margins, 0.03. Come on. And now, yeah, just it was such a weak. Fuck. Oh, and now NQ's taking a hit. Fuck me.
Order filled.
Yeah, just
Order filled.
bad read. A bad fucking read, man. Yeah, I mean, I gave it a shot. I try to go bullish with it. And the sad thing is I think this does base and go. I just didn't have enough buffer with it. That's the really sad thing here is it's probably going to be fine. But it's all coming back to that one stupid trade. One stupid
Order
fucking
filled.
mistake I made. Yeah.
Order filled.
All right. Well, I still have these for now. I mean, it hasn't completely. I just need a magical bounce, and we'll see how it goes. Or, I mean, I don't even know if there's a point in closing it at this point. I could try to grind it out like $50 at a time. Or, this is what I was saying is like, it's going to dip enough to knock me out and probably go in my face. I just didn't appreciate the buffer enough. And that's like, obviously on me, that's poor trading. It's so frustrating. Like this thing is going to base and it's going to rip. It's going to base and it's going to rip. Are you offering a free month in Discord? No, that's been gone for quite a while, actually. Yesterday was citing the trap. Now are they tightening the news? That's dramatic if you ask me. A very dramatic statement. The markets, over the past week, the market's actually been going nowhere. I know intraday we've been having large ranges, but if you look at the daily chart, we're actually just grinding sideways, like a little up, a little down, to lean into like that conspiratorial, like, no, like this is the trap. Like, trap for who? Trap for what? Like the market's just gone nowhere. I told you, this is the fucking fake out drop. Brutal. I should have been trading micros. I should have been trading groupings of micros instead of 2 minis. That was the misstep. Leverage. Literally, as we're covering the story on Leopold there, I am doing the same stupid fucking stuff that he did. Just too much leverage. It's like, honestly, sizing is really what's going to kill you in this game more than your strategy, especially if you're day trading when you basically have 50-50 shots anyway. Yeah, here's the bounce. I just didn't have enough buffer for some of the accounts. Some of the accounts are still alive. But I did lose some of the other accounts. Like that's just it's so goddamn frustrating. Too much size. And also, to be clear, prop firms know what they're doing. They're intentionally giving you minimal buffer because they know that's what's going to get you to blow out. They, as much as they market 50, 100, 150, 200K accounts, really for a 50K account, you have 2K of buffer. You have 100 points to be wrong, and that's it. So it's not like you have 50K. You have literally 2K. You have 100 points, and you're trying to not blow out on 200 points. Like, good luck. And you're going to have a much easier time to overcome variance by trading micros instead of minis, just because when you're wrong, like you can only afford to be wrong like a little bit if you're trading minis, and then you're screwed. While micros, you just have a bit more of a shot. I swear this thing is going to rip back. Yep. Look at that. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, just, so I lose some of the accounts, I lose the Tradeify accounts, and then it pops back green anyway. Like it was just barely not enough buffer. That it's just so frustrating. It's frustrating because I know the solution and I'm just like refusing to do what I need to do. Like it's, the frustration is like specifically at myself for just being like, just, you know the answer, go do the right thing. It's almost like when you're fat and you're like crying about it, but then yet you eat like shit every single day. You have no one to blame but yourself. Like it's the exact same thing. It's like the frustration of knowing what to do, how to do it, and then just not finding the discipline on a consistent basis to do exactly what you need to do. It's just so infuriating. People be front running Trump. Maybe. I don't know what this is about. Big pop. We're actually giving some back right now. We'll find out. Are they actually going to full trip this one? This pop from literally from 215 to 340 back down to 250. When you have ranges like that, you have to like really respect how much buffer you have. Trading minis when you have 2K of buffer with these types of ranges, you cannot be wrong. Like one 1 minute bar can blow you out. And on the flip side, the degenerate gambling part of you, you're like, well, yeah, but if I get it right for the 1 minute bar, I could double my buffer. Yeah, that's true. It is true, but are you going to be lucky that much, that consistently? What the hell was that dump? See, that's what I don't understand, especially about retail traders. Someone asks, what the hell is that dump? Why not ask, what is that pump? Like, there's something about the retail mind that bullish green movement is like assumed to be the base case. And if it's not that, right away, then there's this big desire of like, no, 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 tell me what's going on. Like, tell me what happened. But then yet, if there's huge pumps such as 215 to 340, it's like, oh no, okay, that's reasonable. And I would definitely advise that you kind of train your brain when there's any sizable movement to always ask. These large pumps are as normal or as abnormal and strange as the large sell-offs. But like, what is this? This is mean reversion. We've been grinding a little bit of a sell-off. Someone came in and huge pop, and then it just got faded right back down to exactly where we were. But I do find it strange in the realm of retail that there's a generic thought and behavior of, oh, all green is just, that's how the market works, and that's what we should be doing. And then if it's red, then it's like, no, I need answers. It's any sizable move is it's the same thing. You got to be kind of curious about what's going on. The market doesn't always have to be green, especially on an intraday, especially when you're looking at like the 1 minute chart. After a big move, that shit just barcodes. I've learned to avoid that period of time until a breakout. Yeah, sometimes that's tough. You said the period of time, but like, what time frame are you on? Like, you could see stuff on the 1 minute, the 5 minute. It's just when people get into time and time frame discussions, it's just wildly different and hyper specific to the time frame you are specifically on. AMC call contract prices are weird on Webull. Do you think Webull is setting the prices? Do you like legitimately think that it's the brokerage setting prices? Remember, the brokerage is just the middleman. The brokerage, the exclusive service of a brokerage, something such as Webull, and it doesn't matter if it's futures or options or crypto or equities. It's just matching buyers and sellers. It's posting the orders for you. They don't set prices. They are literally the middleman. They are the plumbing connecting buyers and sellers. That's all they do is like, hey, this order's out there. Okay, this order's in here. Like, that's all they're doing. They don't set the prices. They are literally helping you route your orders. I've stopped asking questions. Just follow where it decides to go. Well, this has turned into nothing but a fucking chop fest. We had a pretty big sell-off. Had the opportunity to go long at 300 in this pump. Had the opportunity to go long at 100 in this pump. Made stupid decisions on all of that, and now I'm just caught up in this chop and seeing which way the chop either does or doesn't break. But seeing that quad top there, and now and I don't have the highest vibes. Don't have the highest vibes, but we're also getting to the portion of the day where like I personally feel as if my edge quickly disappears. I feel like for me, in the way I trade and look at the market, and this isn't necessarily true for everyone, but I feel like for me, the longer into the day that I'm trading, it probably means like something is going wrong. And I don't think that I ever do myself any favors by continuing to trade. I kind of wish I just caught some of these trades out of the gate and moved on with my life, but obviously that did not occur today. But I guess since we're here talking about like discipline and consistency, I feel like for me, I just need to call it and I don't know, hang on to these accounts while I have them and see if I can make any smart decisions on, I guess, Monday. So on that note, shout out to all you guys. Congrats, hopefully on a good week. Congrats, hopefully on a great month. Ooh, Jesus. Interesting. Shout out to everyone who participated in Payday Friday. If you were selected, I will be reaching out to you at some point today because you're going to get your prop accounts and whatnot. So any hoozles, that's what I have for you. Thanks for all the good vibes. I'm going to, for once today, try to be disciplined and close things out and just be chill here. And we'll see how things go. But like I said, it's just not worth it for me. So you're saying that we are hyper-focusing too much on time frames? I don't really get that question at all. As I generically say, there's no one time frame that is right. They're all right, but there's no one time frame that is better than other time frames. I guess, to be clear. Anywho, that's what I have for you. I appreciate all the good vibes. For me, like I said, I can sense the days where I'm gonna do something silly and stupid and tilted. So I'd rather just like keep them now at a point where like, okay, yeah, like if you're realistic on Monday, like a real shot for recovery. But I try to play this bounce. Apparently it is not playing out in real time. So it is what it is, but I'm going to close things out and, just recover on Monday and see how it plays out from there. So I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you had a great month. I hope you have a great weekend. We'll be posting content today and for the remainder of the weekend. And then I'll catch you guys in the next stream on Monday. Have a good one. Peace.